Silence is often misunderstood as a void, a lack of words or action. Yet, in Buddhist philosophy, silence holds a profound power. It is a space for reflection, understanding, and transformation. Far from being empty, silence is an active state that allows us to navigate life's complexities with grace and clarity. Today, let us journey together to explore the wisdom of silence as a tool for cultivating peace, nurturing relationships, and deepening self-awareness. Imagine a moment of anger. The heat rises. The urge to lash out feels overwhelming, and words begin to form on your tongue. In such moments, silence is not just an absence of speech, but a deliberate choice to pause, to breathe, and to create space for understanding. The Buddha often spoke of the importance of right speech, which emphasizes words that are truthful, kind, and beneficial. But sometimes, the wisest words are none at all. Arjun, a manager at a busy office, often found himself in heated arguments with his team during high-stress situations. One day, after a particularly tense meeting, he decided to try a different approach. The next time he felt anger building, he paused, took a deep breath, and chose silence instead of a sharp retort. This simple act allowed him to listen more deeply to his colleagues and to respond with empathy rather than defensiveness. Over time, this practice transformed his relationships at work, fostering trust and collaboration. You, too, can embrace silence in moments of anger. The next time you feel the surge of emotion, pause and bring your attention to your breath. Count to 10, letting the intensity of the moment subside. In the stillness, you'll find the clarity to choose words that heal rather than harm, creating connections rather than conflicts. Silence also plays a vital role when we face criticism. Our natural instinct is often to defend ourselves, to explain or justify our actions. Yet, the Buddha taught that not every criticism requires a response. By meeting criticism with silence, we create space to reflect on its validity and to respond, if needed, with intention rather than impulse. Priya, an artist, often felt disheartened by negative comments about her work. These remarks would linger in her mind, affecting her creativity and confidence. Inspired by Buddhist teachings, she began practicing mindful silence when receiving criticism. Instead of reacting immediately, she paused and reflected, "Is this feedback constructive? Can it help me grow?" Over time, Priya learned to distinguish between criticism that was helpful and that which was not, using silence as a shield against negativity and as a gateway to personal growth. To apply this practice in your own life, consider viewing criticism as an opportunity for self-reflection. Before responding, take a moment of silence to assess whether the feedback is valuable. If it is, use it to improve. If not, let it pass without taking it to heart. This practice not only protects your peace, but also strengthens your resilience. Silence is equally transformative in moments of high emotion. Whether it's joy, sorrow, or fear, emotions often carry a momentum that propels us into action or speech. Yet, in silence, we find the stillness to fully experience and understand our feelings without being overwhelmed by them. The Buddha often described emotions as waves on the surface of the ocean, powerful but transient. Silence allows us to dive beneath the waves, to the calm depths within. Consider Ravi, who struggled with anxiety before public speaking. His mind would race, and his words would tumble out in a rush, often leaving him feeling flustered. Through mindfulness meditation, Ravi began incorporating moments of silence into his preparation. Before stepping onto the stage, he would take a few deep breaths, grounding himself in the present moment. This practice not only calmed his nerves, but also allowed him to speak with greater confidence and clarity. You can use silence to anchor yourself in moments of high emotion. When you feel overwhelmed, pause and turn your attention inward. Notice the sensations in your body, the rhythm of your breath. In this stillness, emotions lose their intensity, revealing the wisdom they carry and the actions they truly call for. Another powerful use of silence is in situations where we lack knowledge or certainty. In our fast-paced world, there is often pressure to have all the answers, to respond immediately and decisively. Yet, the Buddha taught that humility and the willingness to admit, "I don't know," are marks of true wisdom. Silence, in such moments, is not a sign of ignorance but of courage and openness to learning. Lila, a teacher, often felt anxious when her students asked questions she couldn't answer. She worried that admitting uncertainty would undermine her authority. Over time, however, she realized that acknowledging her limits with grace not only modeled humility but also created opportunities for shared discovery. By responding with silence and a thoughtful, "Let's explore this together," she turned moments of uncertainty into moments of connection and growth. The next time you find yourself unsure, embrace silence as a space to gather your thoughts or to seek understanding. Remember that wisdom is not about having all the answers, but about being open to the journey of discovery. Silence, in this sense, becomes a bridge to deeper knowledge and connection. Silence also honors the sacredness of solemn occasions. Whether in mourning, meditation, or reverence, silence creates a space where words are unnecessary, where presence speaks louder than speech. The Buddha often meditated in silence, finding in its depths a connection to the universal truths that transcend language. Imagine a family gathered to remember a loved one who has passed. In the shared silence, they find solace, their collective grief and love expressed without a single word. This silence is not empty but filled with the profound presence of their shared humanity. It is a reminder that sometimes the most powerful communication lies in what is left unsaid. In your own life, consider the role of silence in sacred moments. Whether you are sitting in meditation, witnessing a sunrise, or comforting a grieving friend, let silence hold the space. In these moments, you'll discover that silence is not the absence of connection, but its deepest expression. As we conclude this first exploration of the power of silence, it's clear that its value lies not in the absence of speech, but in the presence it creates. Silence allows us to listen more deeply, to others, to ourselves, and to the world around us. It is a tool for understanding, for healing, and for building bridges where words fall short. But this is just the beginning. In the next section, we will delve into additional ways silence can transform our lives, including its role in responding to injustice, offering constructive criticism, and cultivating gratitude. Together, we will continue to uncover the profound wisdom of silence, guided by the timeless teachings of Buddhism. If these insights resonate with you, I invite you to subscribe to our channel, Buddhism in Modern Life. By joining our community, you'll discover more stories, practices, and wisdom to support your journey toward a life of mindfulness and peace. Let's walk this path together, one mindful breath at a time. Building upon our exploration of the profound power of silence, we now turn to its transformative role in other aspects of life. Silence is not just a tool for introspection or personal growth. It is also a means of fostering understanding, addressing challenges, and cultivating gratitude. As we delve deeper into these themes, we uncover the subtle yet profound ways silence shapes our interactions with the world around us. In moments of injustice, silence might initially seem like complicity. However, in Buddhist philosophy, silence can be a powerful strategy for addressing wrongs with wisdom rather than anger. The Buddha often taught that reacting impulsively to injustice with words or actions rooted in anger only perpetuates suffering. Instead, silence can create space for thoughtful responses that challenge injustice without escalating conflict. Consider Ravi, who witnessed a colleague being unfairly criticized during a team meeting. His first instinct was to leap to their defense, but he realized that reacting emotionally might exacerbate the situation. Instead, Ravi chose to remain silent in the moment, allowing the conversation to unfold while carefully observing the dynamics. Later, in a private setting, he approached the manager with a calm and thoughtful explanation of why the criticism was unfounded. This approach not only resolved the issue but also preserved the team's harmony and earned Ravi respect for his wisdom and restraint. In your own encounters with injustice, reflect on how silence can serve as a pause for gathering your thoughts and preparing a constructive response. This practice does not mean ignoring wrongs but approaching them with clarity and compassion, ensuring that your words and actions contribute to resolution rather than division. Silence also plays a crucial role in offering constructive criticism. The Buddha emphasized the importance of speaking only when it benefits others and doing so with kindness and respect. Silence, in this context, allows us to pause and consider the impact of our words before offering feedback. It ensures that what we say is not only truthful but also helpful and timely. Priya, a team leader, often struggled with providing feedback to her team members. She worried that her words might come across as overly critical or discouraging. Inspired by Buddhist teachings, she began practicing silence before offering feedback. During this pause, she reflected on her intentions and the needs of the person she was addressing. This practice helped her frame her feedback in a way that was constructive and supportive, fostering growth rather than defensiveness. When offering feedback, take a moment of silence to consider your words. Ask yourself, is this feedback necessary? Is it kind? Will it help the person improve? By pausing, you ensure that your criticism is delivered with care and that it strengthens rather than strains your relationships. Another area where silence reveals its transformative power is in cultivating gratitude. In a world filled with noise and distractions, silence provides the space to reflect on life's blessings. The Buddha taught that gratitude is a source of joy and contentment, and silence helps us connect with this gratitude on a deeper level. Imagine Lila, who began a practice of silent gratitude each morning. She would sit quietly for a few minutes, reflecting on the people, experiences, and opportunities that enriched her life. This daily ritual not only deepened her appreciation for the present moment, but also helped her approach challenges with a more positive and resilient mindset. Silence became a space where gratitude could blossom, bringing lightness and joy to her days. To cultivate gratitude through silence, dedicate a few minutes each day to quiet reflection. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and bring to mind the things you are grateful for. Let this sense of appreciation fill you, grounding you in the present and reminding you of life's abundance. This practice, though simple, can have a profound impact on your emotional well-being. Silence also strengthens our capacity for deep listening. The Buddha often emphasized the importance of listening with an open heart, free from judgment or the urge to respond. Silence, in this context, is not passive but active. It is a state of full presence and attention that allows us to truly hear and understand others. Ravi, who often found himself interrupting others in conversations, decided to practice mindful listening. When someone spoke, he focused entirely on their words, resisting the impulse to formulate a response before they had finished. This practice transformed his relationships, as his friends and colleagues felt genuinely heard and valued. Silence became a gift he offered to others, fostering trust and connection. You can practice deep listening by approaching conversations with curiosity and patience. When someone speaks, let go of the need to interject or offer advice. Instead, focus on understanding their perspective fully. This silent presence creates a space where meaningful dialogue can flourish. Finally, silence teaches us the art of being with ourselves. In a world that often equates silence with loneliness, Buddhist teachings remind us that solitude is an opportunity to connect with our inner selves. In silence, we discover the richness of our inner world and the peace that comes from simply being. Priya, who once feared being alone, began incorporating silent walks into her routine. Without the distractions of her phone or music, she found herself attuned to the beauty of nature and the rhythm of her thoughts. These walks became a sanctuary, a time to recharge and reflect. Silence, she realized, was not a void but a presence, a space where she could reconnect with her essence. To embrace the art of being with yourself, set aside time each week for silent solitude. Whether through meditation, journaling, or simply sitting quietly, use this time to explore your thoughts and emotions without distraction. In this stillness, you'll find clarity, strength, and a deep sense of peace. As we continue this journey, it becomes clear that silence is not merely the absence of sound, but the presence of mindfulness and intention. It is a tool for navigating life's challenges, deepening our relationships, and cultivating a sense of gratitude and inner peace. In the next section, we will explore how silence can guide us in moments of uncertainty, help us resolve conflicts, and nurture a sense of purpose. Together, we will uncover the full potential of this powerful practice, inspired by the timeless teachings of Buddhism. If these insights resonate with you, I invite you to subscribe to our channel, Buddhism in Modern Life. By joining our community, you'll gain access to more stories, practices, and wisdom to support your journey toward a life of mindfulness and peace. Let's walk this path together, one mindful breath at a time. As our journey through the power of silence continues, we now explore its role in moments of uncertainty, conflict resolution, and nurturing a sense of purpose. Silence, as the Buddha taught, is not a void to be filled but a space to be embraced, a gateway to clarity, understanding, and inner strength. By integrating this practice into our daily lives, we unlock its transformative potential to guide us through even the most challenging situations. Uncertainty often brings discomfort. The mind races to fill the void with answers, plans, or predictions, often leading to overthinking and anxiety. Yet, silence offers a different approach. Instead of reacting to uncertainty with frantic thought, we can meet it with stillness, allowing the fog to clear naturally. The Buddha described this as letting the muddy waters settle so the reflection becomes clear. Consider Arjuna, who faced a significant career decision. Torn between two paths, he found himself endlessly analyzing the pros and cons, each thought leading to greater confusion. One evening, overwhelmed, he decided to sit in silence. As he meditated, focusing on his breath, the noise in his mind began to quiet. In this stillness, he realized that his decision didn't require immediate action. By giving himself time and space, he could approach the choice with a calm and centered perspective. Silence became his ally in navigating uncertainty. When faced with your own moments of doubt, pause and create a space of silence. Sit quietly, focus on your breath, and let go of the need for immediate answers. In this stillness, clarity often emerges not as a sudden revelation, but as a gentle unfolding of understanding. Silence, in this sense, is not an escape, but a return to presence. Silence is equally powerful in resolving conflicts. In heated moments, the urge to speak, to defend, accuse, or assert can intensify disagreements. Yet, as the Buddha taught, peace comes from within. By choosing silence, we create a pause that allows emotions to settle and understanding to arise. Priya, for instance, often found herself arguing with her partner about household responsibilities. These arguments would escalate quickly, leaving both feeling unheard and resentful. One day, inspired by her mindfulness practice, Priya decided to approach the next disagreement differently. When tensions rose, she remained silent, listening to her partner's concerns without interrupting. This silence was not passive but attentive, signaling her willingness to understand. Her partner, sensing this shift, softened his tone, and their conversation became a collaborative effort rather than a confrontation. Silence transformed their conflict into an opportunity for connection. You can practice this by pausing before responding in moments of disagreement. Instead of reacting immediately, take a breath and allow silence to create space for reflection. This pause not only diffuses tension but also fosters a deeper understanding of the other person's perspective, paving the way for resolution. Nurturing a sense of purpose is another profound way silence can enrich our lives. In the busyness of daily life, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. Silence provides the space to reconnect with our values and intentions, offering a compass to guide our actions. Lila, who juggled a demanding job and family responsibilities, often felt adrift, questioning whether she was living authentically. During a retreat, she spent a day in silence, free from distractions. In this quietude, she reflected on her aspirations and the legacy she wished to create. This practice of silent contemplation became a regular part of her routine, helping her make decisions that aligned with her purpose and brought greater fulfillment to her life. To cultivate this practice, set aside time each week for silent reflection. Find a quiet space where you can be alone with your thoughts. Ask yourself, what brings me joy? What impact do I want to have on the world? Allow these questions to guide your reflection without forcing answers. In this silence, you may discover insights that clarify your path and deepen your sense of purpose. Silence also nurtures creativity, providing the mental space needed for new ideas to emerge. The Buddha often sought solitude in nature, finding inspiration in its rhythms and beauty. Similarly, by stepping away from the noise of daily life, we create a fertile ground for innovation and self-expression. Ravi, a musician, often struggled with writer's block when trying to compose new songs. Frustrated, he decided to spend an afternoon sitting by a river, simply observing the flow of water and listening to the sounds around him. In this silence, melodies began to form in his mind, inspired by the natural rhythm of the environment. This experience taught Ravi that silence was not the absence of creativity but its birthplace. To harness this potential, carve out moments of silence in your day, especially when seeking inspiration. Whether through a walk in nature, a quiet meditation, or simply sitting in stillness, allow the silence to open your mind to new possibilities. Creativity often arises not from effort, but from the spaciousness silence provides. Finally, silence deepens our connection to the present moment. The Buddha emphasized that true peace lies in the here and now, yet our minds often pull us into the past or the future. Silence anchors us in the present, helping us experience life more fully and authentically. Priya, who often felt overwhelmed by her busy schedule, began practicing silent mindfulness during her daily commute. Instead of listening to music or planning her day, she focused on the sensations of the journey, the hum of the train, the feel of the seat beneath her, the rhythm of her breath. This simple practice transformed her commute from a stressful chore into a meditative experience, grounding her in the present moment. You can integrate this practice into your own life by choosing one activity each day to do in silence. Whether it's eating a meal, walking, or simply sitting, focus entirely on the experience without distractions. In this stillness, you'll find a deeper connection to yourself and the world around you. As we weave these practices together, embracing silence and uncertainty, conflict resolution, creative pursuits, and moments of presence, we begin to see its transformative power. Silence is not a retreat from life, but an engagement with it at its most profound level. It is a space where clarity emerges, connections deepen, and purpose is rediscovered. In the final section, we will explore how to sustain these practices over time, integrating the wisdom of silence into every facet of our lives. Together, we will uncover the enduring impact of this powerful tool, inspired by the timeless teachings of Buddhism. If these insights resonate with you, I invite you to subscribe to our channel, Buddhism in Modern Life. By joining our community, you'll gain access to more stories, practices, and wisdom to support your journey toward a life of mindfulness and peace. Let's walk this path together, one mindful breath at a time. As we conclude our journey into the transformative power of silence, it becomes clear that silence is not merely an absence of sound, but a profound presence that touches every aspect of our lives. By embracing silence, we create a space for growth, healing, and connection, both with ourselves and the world around us. To sustain this practice over time, we must integrate the wisdom of silence into the rhythm of our daily lives, allowing it to become a guiding principle in all that we do. One of the most effective ways to cultivate a lasting relationship with silence is by establishing a daily practice. The Buddha often retreated into silence, using it as a tool to deepen his understanding and awareness. By dedicating even a few minutes each day to silence, we create a sanctuary for mindfulness amidst the noise of modern life. Imagine Ravi, who began incorporating 10 minutes of silent meditation into his morning routine. At first, his mind resisted, filling the quiet with thoughts of tasks and worries. But with persistence, Ravi discovered that this daily practice became a cornerstone of his well-being. It provided him with clarity and calm that carried into the rest of his day. Silence, he realized, was not a luxury but a necessity for a balanced life. To establish your own practice, start small. Choose a time and place where you can sit quietly without distractions. Focus on your breath, the sensations in your body, or the sounds around you. Allow this moment of stillness to anchor you, reminding you of the peace that lies within. Over time, this practice will become a refuge, a space you can return to whenever life feels overwhelming. Another way to sustain the power of silence is by bringing it into your interactions with others. The Buddhist teachings on mindful communication remind us that silence is as important as speech in building understanding and connection. By listening deeply and pausing before responding, we create space for more meaningful exchanges. Priya, who often felt the need to fill every pause in conversation, began experimenting with silence during discussions. She resisted the urge to interrupt or rush to offer solutions, instead allowing others to express themselves fully. This practice not only improved her relationships, but also helped her discover the richness of silence as a form of connection. In the quiet, she found a deeper understanding of others and herself. You can practice this by approaching conversations with curiosity and patience. When someone speaks, listen with your full attention, without planning your response. Allow moments of silence to punctuate the dialogue, giving both you and the other person time to reflect. This mindful presence transforms conversations into opportunities for empathy and understanding. Silence also plays a vital role in fostering resilience. Life is filled with challenges, and our instinct is often to react immediately, seeking solutions or relief. Yet, as the Buddha taught, true strength lies in our ability to remain still amidst the storm. Silence provides the space to process our emotions, to sit with discomfort without being overwhelmed by it. Consider Lila, who faced a period of uncertainty after losing her job. Instead of filling her days with frantic activity or self-criticism, she chose to spend time in silence each morning. She journaled her thoughts and meditated, allowing herself to feel her emotions without judgment. This practice helped her navigate the uncertainty with grace, eventually leading her to a new career path that aligned with her values. Silence, she realized, was not a retreat but a source of strength. To build resilience through silence, allow yourself moments of stillness during difficult times. Rather than rushing to fix or escape the situation, sit with it. Breathe deeply, acknowledge your feelings, and trust that clarity will emerge in its own time. This practice fosters patience and self-compassion, guiding you through life's challenges with greater ease. Finally, silence invites us to reconnect with the beauty and wonder of the present moment. The Buddha often spoke of mindfulness as the path to liberation, a way of seeing the world with fresh eyes. In silence, we attune ourselves to the subtleties of life, the rustle of leaves, the warmth of the sun, the rhythm of our breath. These simple experiences, often overlooked, become sources of joy and inspiration. Ravi, who spent much of his time indoors working, began taking silent walks in the evening. Without his phone or music, he noticed details he had long ignored. The colors of the sunset, the laughter of children playing, the fragrance of blooming flowers. These walks became a cherished ritual, a reminder of the richness of life beyond his daily routines. Silence opened his senses to the world, deepening his connection to it. You can cultivate this awareness by dedicating time to silent observation, whether through a walk in nature, a moment of stillness at home, or simply pausing to watch the world around you. Let silence heighten your presence. In these moments, you'll discover that the ordinary is extraordinary, that beauty is always within reach. As we bring this exploration to a close, it's important to remember that the journey of silence is not about achieving perfection, but about cultivating presence. There will be days when silence feels elusive, when the noise of life seems too loud. In these moments, return to the practices we've explored. Pause and breathe, listen deeply, sit with discomfort, and reconnect with the present. Silence is always there, waiting to guide you back to yourself. Let these teachings inspire you to embrace silence as a daily practice, a source of strength, and a path to deeper connection. Whether in moments of joy or sorrow, clarity or confusion, silence offers the space to be fully present, to listen, and to grow. It is a gift we give ourselves and others, a reminder of the peace and wisdom that lie within. If these insights have resonated with you, I invite you to subscribe to our channel, Buddhism in Modern Life. By joining our community, you'll discover more stories, practices, and wisdom to support your journey toward a life of mindfulness and peace. Together, let's continue this path, one silent moment at a time.